Hello dear students, myself Rajmati Theng from Theng Science Classes, Buldhana. Welcome to session of Dr.Homi Bhabha Balvaidnyanik competition 60 days series. In coming 60 days, we discuss more about Dr.Homi Bhabha Balvaidnyanik competition like pattern of exam, syllabus, region, how to study, which book we should use, and solving MCQ questions. So in today's class, let's see the revision of some basic terms in physics. So some important properties. In that, first property, that is mass. The amount of matter present in a substance, that is called mass. Mass is measured in gram and kilogram, and object mass is constant in all circumstances. Your mass on the earth and the moon are identical. So we measure the mass in kilogram. Weight of an object is the force of gravity on the object. So mass and weight are the two different terms. To measure the mass, we are using pan balance. To measure the weight, we are using spring balance. Weight is different on earth and moon. So weight of an object is varies. अर्थ पे हमारा वेट डिफरेंट आता है, मून पे डिफरेंट आता है ड्यू टू ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स. Next important term, that is density. Density is equal to mass upon volume. So mass of a unit volume of a substance, that is called density. Density of water is 1 gram per cubic centimeter, and this one is very important point, that the density of water is 1. Next one, sublimation. Generally, when we give heat to the solid substance, they are converted into liquid. Liquid substance are converted into gas. From the gas, when we remove the heat, they are changed into liquid. From the liquid, we remove the heat. Again, they are converted into solid. This one is called interchange of states. One state is converted into another state, interconversion of the state. But there are few substances in that when we give the heat, they are from solid, they get converted to directly gas without going to liquid. They do not converted into intermediate state, that is liquid. That term is called sublimation. Sublimation is a physical change. Particle of such substance have less intermolecular force of attraction. Example of sublimation: camphor, naphthalene ball, dry ice, then iodine, ammonium chloride, anthracene are the example of sublimating substance. If you take a dry ice, you can observe the process of sublimation. Next property, that is ductility. Property of matter get converted into thin wire, it's called ductility. Metals are ductile. So the jewelry made from thin wire of gold silver is very popular. It is because the ductility of gold and silver. Glass is also ductile. Glass wool is made from the glass wire used in fridge door as the insulator, as a glass is bad conductor of heat. Next property, malleability. The ability of matter to form a thin sheet are called a malleability. Metals are malleable. For example, aluminum foil, iron sheet, silver foil. Metal having the property that is malleability. When we hammer to the metals, they are converted into thin sheets, and that property is called malleability. Next property, that is plasticity. It is the property to get molded into different shape. We are making a different shape by molding the things. For example, plastic, glass, aluminum having the property of plasticity. Next term, that is crystallization. So crystallization is a natural or artificial process by which solid form crystals are obtained. Some of the way by which crystal form are the precipitating form a solution, freezing, or more rarely deposition directly from the gas. So crystals are formed from the solution. For example, sugar crystal, copper sulfate, make the solution of that crystal. Then we have to give the heat to that solution. Then we have to filter that solution. Then crystals of soluble solid are obtained. So pure substance is obtained. Pure crystals are obtained from this process, and this process is called crystallization. For example, crystals of copper sulfate, crystals of sugar, crystal of salt are obtained by this process. That one is crystallization. So dear students, read more about the mass, then weight, density, sublimation, malleability, ductility, plasticity. Next property, that is inertia. The property of the matter to resist change in position. Stationary things do not move that at their own. So this is the fundamental property of matter. When any substance is in the state of rest, it try to become rest. When any substance is in the motion, is continue to in the motion. Substance property of matter to resist change in position, that one is called inertia. This is also important property of matter. Next one, law of conservation of mass. Mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. Total mass remain constant. It get converted from one form into another form. When wood burn, the mass of soot, ash and gases equal to the original mass of the charcoal, and the oxygen when it first reacted. So the mass of the product and the mass of the reactant is equal, and this one is known as law of conservation of mass. Mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. मास को हम क्रिएट भी नहीं कर सकते, डिस्ट्रॉय भी नहीं कर सकते. टोटल मास रिमेन कांस्टेंट होता है. So those are some important properties of matter and substance. Best of luck, dear students, for your exam.